Hey, what's up everyone? I'm Colby from Sanitarian Productions. We're back again with another G.I. Joe action figure review. In this episode, we're taking a look at the GIJoeClub.com exclusive figure subscription service Wave 7. This is figure 9 from the set, and it is Extensive Enterprises CEO Tomax. For those of you who don't know, Tomax is the twin brother of Xamot, and they are better known as the Crimson Twins. Very cool. This is essentially the business suit version of Tomax. We actually got the partner version of Xamot in the same attire in a previous wave release, so this is a nice little figure to kind of complete that set in their nice businessman attire. So they're not always, Cobra troopers going out there fighting people. They're also running a business and making all sorts of crazy deals and things like that. So it's a cool figure concept. We'll see how well it holds up here in just a second. We'll flip it over here to the side to see the back end of it. We've got the larger picture of Tomax here, along with his file card. And we'll let you pause it right there if you'd like, and you can read all about Tomax. So, very cool looking. Let's go ahead and get this guy open and take a look and see what we got with him. I have always liked these Crimson Guard commanders, basically. The concept is really cool. You've got twin brothers. One of them has a scar, one of them doesn't, and they just kind of wreak havoc all the way around, and they're supposed to be very smart business people and things like that. So, very cool concept. It's nice that the G.I. Joe Club kind of thought ahead and started packaging these guys in their business attire. It's kind of a deviation from traditional approaches with their regular Crimson Guard commander suits. So, still a cool little concept here. Let's go ahead and see what we've got. We have this cool briefcase. Pop that out. We've got the actual figure itself. Pretty nice. We got this crazy grappling hook platform thing. And we have the figure stand. So, not a lot of accessories here, but some interesting ones to go with this set anyways. We'll start here with the figure stand. It's a traditional 25th anniversary Cobra battle stand. The nice raised Cobra logo on the top, 2 foot pegs, and the codename Tomax on the front. So, pretty cool looking. Accessory wise, let's start here with this crazy grappling hook rappel platformy thing. We actually first saw this in a couple of the Baroness figures, I think, from the Rise of Cobra movie line. So it's an interesting concept. Basically, you throw this grappling hook on something, you untie this rope, and you can use this as kind of a floating platform kind of thing. So you can attach this to like a helicopter and raise and lower from the helicopter. So pretty interesting, pretty neat little accessory. It makes more sense with these guys because they are kind of known for their acrobatics, and as businessmen they can, hitch a ride in a helicopter and kind of go up and down with it. So that's kind of a cool thing. We get this nice Extensive Enterprises briefcase, which we will pop open here, or at least try to pop open. I hear something rattling around in there. Very cool looking. So these are basically, so in the Rise of Cobra movie line, they came out with these cool little nanite grenade things, and that's kind of what these things are meant to be. They actually attach to some of the guns and the larger assault rifles, and you could shoot these nanite grenades out. Take a quick look at one of them up close. Some interesting details on these things, but not a whole lot going on. But still pretty cool. I do like the ones that come with the green color. But nice traveling case here for all 4 of those. I don't know what that's supposed to say, or if that's just paint slop on it. It looks like it's just paint that got in there. So anyways, it's cool. it closes up and attaches like that. You can see there's a little bit of stress marks already on this one. And that's pretty typical. These things are kind of prone to breaking after a while. But they do work really well for what they are. And they look cool. So, nice little case. Can also double as just a regular briefcase and can have cash in it or whatever else. The other accessory we get is this pistol that's rubber banded onto his hand. We'll pull the pistol out and get rid of the rubber bands real quick, hopefully. There we go. I usually cut those off, but I didn't for that one. The pistol itself is a pretty straightforward assault pistol. Minimal amount of detail, but still some decent going on there. A little bit over to the other side there, same thing. Pretty nice. Actually, let's throw that down here. Moving on to the figure itself. Again, we get this cool kind of business attire version of Tomax. They occasionally, these little vest things pop off and you just kind of have to press them back in place. Some nice details in here. You can see the tie underneath has some little details on it. Looks really good as just a generic kind of business guy. The face itself is a pretty good sculpt. It looks a little large in comparison with the rest of his body, but still pretty interesting. The lapel or whatever this is looks like it may have got a little bit of weird paint stuff going on. I don't know if it's supposed to be a cobra symbol there or what that is, but it may just supposed to be a flower. We got a little bit of paint missing on the side of his face there, but all in all, it's not a bad sculpt. Some nice detail in the rest of the actual figure itself, and you can kind of pop these things off and see the actual business suit underneath there, so it's pretty nice. Got a cool tie there that's made out of that semi-soft plastic. Articulation-wise, the head does spin 360 degrees and has pretty good up and down motion, so that's nice. Standard ball and swivel at the shoulder joints. Standard ball and swivel at the elbow joints. And it looks like just a swivel at the wrist, so no extra articulation there, but probably won't need it too much with these guys. You do have the chest twist feature and quite a bit of the ab crunch going on as well, so that's nice. Standard, well actually these are slightly different standard, but it's still the T-hook concept, but it's made out of the plastic instead of the metal. So just be careful of that. You may run into some issues where that may be a little bit more prone to breakage, but still nice, pretty good articulation there. We've got just a single knee joint there, but you do have the twist feature, so it's a ball and swivel on that. And you got a ball and swivel at the ankle as well, so that's pretty nice. It's an interesting way of going about it, but it probably makes more sense than having a double knee joint on these guys since they are just kind of slacks. So, all in all, pretty cool. I do like the little buttons on his undercoat here. Looks pretty nice. I was not really impressed with the original Xamot figure here, so I never actually picked him up, but this came in the wave itself, so it didn't really have a choice not to. But I'm actually pretty impressed with the figure itself. It looks really nice, has a pretty nice feel to it. I'm always a little weirded out by these two-piece clothing apparatus things, so if you slightly move to the wrong side, you can see the white of the undershirt kind of showing through. But for the most part, it works well as kind of a blazer business jacket kind of thing. Excuse me. So yeah, it's a pretty decent figure. If you already have Xamot, you will definitely want to try to pick up Tomax to go along with it. And now that I've got Tomax, I'm probably going to have to go back and try to find a Xamot as well. But it's nice to have the complete set here, so yeah, it's a pretty cool figure. I about forgot to gear the guy up here, so we'll jump into that real quick. This one unfortunately has a few problems to deal with here. So the actual hands themselves are sculpted a little bit too large to hold on to his pistol. You can kind of get around that a little bit by just kind of squeezing them back together. You can soak them in a little bit of warm water and get it to go a little bit better. But pretty decent job of holding the pistol. Unfortunately, you won't be able to do a real good job with holding the briefcase in the other hand. At least not on mine. They've kind of stretched his hand out just a little too far. Again, you can kind of add a little bit of warm water and get that to kind of form back in place. So you might run into issues with that. You may not. I am running into issues, but it mostly manages to hold on to it. Then as far as the actual grappling hook goes, the foot pegs work pretty well. You just kind of stand them on either side and just press the foot pegs in place like you would any other foot peg, and he can stand on that thing and run off with the grappling hook and swing away. So pretty decent. But they do kind of suffer from that slightly too big hand, and the grip is just a little too open for my taste. But all in all, it'll work. You can definitely, again, add a little bit of warm water and get it to work a little bit better. But out of the package, this one's a little on the wonky side for that, but there you go. That's all the time we've got for today, so thanks for watching. Drop some comments down below. Let us know what you think of Tomax and the Extensive Enterprises CEO, Tomax. If you'd like to see something specific for future episodes, let me know that as well. Subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Feel free to like the video and share us out with all the rest of the world. And until next time, Yo Joe!